Hello from the Big South Network studio. I'm Mark Bryant with another of our baseball previews for 2025. Coming to us from Charleston Southern, Head Coach Karl Kuhn of the Charleston Southern Buccaneers. Coach, thank you so much for the time.
Thanks, Mark. We appreciate all you guys do for us here with our baseball programs all across the conference. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Let's talk about you here. You've been on staff for a couple years, but now you're the guy. So stepping into the lead role for CSU, is it going to look like it has? Or are you tweaking things? What's different now with you in the front row there?
Well, the sun still comes up here in Charleston, and the water is still on the East Coast, so everything is pretty much the same. We've got some new assistant coaches that I really love, and they've done an unbelievable job getting to know the guys. The work that they've done, both of them are offensive guys, and the work that they've done with our hitters and our defense has just been tremendous. I can't say enough about the connection they've made with the players. Same for me. I'm gonna stay with the pitching and oversee the rest of the program, but I'm gonna stay with the pitching and leave the offense to the two guys that I hired, and we'll go from there. So not much different for me.
The Bucs are coming off of a 12-12 conference record, advanced in the conference tournament. How do you keep that going, that trajectory positively trending upward into 25? Or is it just whole new year and none of that matters?
I think it's both. I think it's a whole new year for everybody in the conference, as it is all over the country. What you did last year is in the past, and High Point won it, and they had a great team, and everybody is obviously they've got a target on their back from everybody in the conference, but we try not to talk about them or anybody else. We try to talk about just us. I think the 12-12 and making the conference tournament, and the people that are back from last year's team that know where we were as a club, I think it only gives them confidence that we as coaches can't give them. They've been there, they've done it. They were a runaway, and in cruel fashion that the game is, right? High Point put us out and had a walk-off, and that's the game of baseball. But hopefully Charleston Southern will be back, and hopefully next time we can win it all.
Chandler Tupou returns following an all-conference season. What are you expecting from him in 2025, and how does he improve?
Well, I hope he's a little bit better, but the same guy would be nice. He had a really good sophomore year, and sometimes there's a sophomore jinx, but he had a really good sophomore year, and hopeful that he just doesn't put too much pressure on him. I will say that the coaching staff and the assistants, coming in here late, I think they did a really good job of getting some protection around him, so he doesn't feel like he has to do everything, because basically everybody that was around him last year is gone. So I'm hopeful that he doesn't feel any pressure at all, except for to see ball, hit ball, and do the thing that he did last year. That would be really, really great, and just take the pressure off of him to just go play baseball.
Well, you said you're going to concentrate a lot on the pitching, so let's talk pitching. Let's go to the mound here. Is a rotation coming together, and who's going to take the lead in that? Where are your innings coming from?
Yeah, so it's interesting. I'll go backwards to forwards. I feel like one of our strong suits will probably be our bullpen, and I don't think we'll be the same team at the end of the year that we are going to start the year, which hopefully would entail some growth, right? We lost a young man who was a freshman last year, Matt Gallant, who ended up being our second starter, and he was in his throwing program over in California a month from coming back here, and he popped his elbow. So we lost him coming out of the chute. And so, it gives some other guys a lot of room to step in, which is what we're hoping that they do. I think we've got 4 or 5 guys fighting for 3 spots, and then, Tuesdays are always a question mark for most clubs around the country. But I think we have enough to fill the innings on Tuesdays. I think we're going to open up probably with Nick Timpanelli being the first guy out of the chute to start on Friday, and then from there we've got 3 or 4 more guys that are fighting for 2 spots, and I like where they are. Like I said, I don't think that we will end the season on the mound the same way that we begin the season on the mound. And I think some guys will grow into some roles and different roles and increase their pitch counts and so that will be exciting. And that's hopefully, that's what the season is about, right? Showing growth and showing promise at the end, right? You don't want to be the same. You don't want to come out of the gates and be the same team, right? You want to promote some growth there. And I think the guys are going to end the season a little bit differently than the way they start.
You know what the gauntlet of the conference season looks like. So let's talk about non-conference for a moment. What do folks have to look forward to on your non-Big South slate?
Well, we open up at home, and we've got Ohio, and then we've got Illinois, Chicago, 4 games in 5 days with those guys. And so we're going back and forth. And Illinois, Chicago is a very, very well-coached ball club, and they do a great job. Then we get done with them, and we go to UNF, and they're a well-coached ball club, and they're coming off their head coach there for their second year, so this is going to be a big year for them. We go to Georgia Southern, which is a great team in the Sun Belt. And we play South Carolina, and of course we've got the in-town rivals, right? The Citadel and Charleston Southern always go head-to-head pretty good, and Chad, down by the beach there at the College of Charleston's got a great club. Just missed it last year, but got a great club, and he's got guys back for their 7th year. I think everybody in his lineup is named Van Wilder. I'm not quite sure, but he's got a very, very old lineup. So, out of conference will be tough. We play Wilmington as well, and they're a great ball club. So we've got our work cut out for us. But I think the guys are really excited. I think everybody is tired of seeing the same uniform. I think we're ready to see a different color, and we're ready to get the thing going.
We look forward to seeing it in action, and we wish you and all the Buccaneers the best of luck in the season ahead. And we thank everyone out there for watching another of our season previews for baseball 2025.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate you guys.